Yeah. Hey. Hey. All around the world, ball around the world. Ball around the world, ball around the world. Ball around the world, ball around the world. EPB podcast, we all around the world. Hey. Ball around the world, ball around the world. Ball around the world, ball around the world. Ball around the world, ball around the world. EPB podcast, we all around the world. What's happening? Welcome. You're now tuned in to Ball Around the World, the EPB live stream, where we just tap in at least twice a week to talk footy and news around the world. I'm not going to talk y'all ears off today. What's up, Gonzalo? I'm just tapping in with my live folks, my folks on Instagram, my folks on TikTok, my folks on YouTube. We all here. Talking about some of the stuff of the weekend. Obviously, you see me. I got my Chelsea jersey on. Obviously, we got a big win this weekend. Yes, it's Wolves. I've already had my friends, mainly Arsenal friends, come up to me and be like, "Yeah, you played a team that sucked." Yada yada yada. As a Chelsea fan, and the summer we've had, and the turmoil at the start of the season, obviously losing the City, didn't even think we played that bad, and then to come and play a team that we should beat and we handled them hard. That's a big win for me. So I don't want to hear nothing from y'all. Okay, I want to hear nothing from y'all. The boy Noni showed out. I've been talking about Noni Madueke for quite a while because he just passes the eye test for me. He just looks like a baller. Has so much potential. Right foot, left foot, has the speed, has the skill. So it was always like just a mentality thing. He needed the right environment. And Poch kind of helped that environment a little bit early on. But now it seems like Maresca is actually like Maresca even came out saying like not everybody can fit. I like Noni. I hope he does well. Now Noni's banged a hat trick. So I don't want to hear none of that. I hope he fits. He needs to be starting every game. So he started this game, did well, got a hat trick. Cole Palmer also unbelievable, generational at this point. Like it's just you can't stop it. People should be aware of Cole and what he can do at this point. And he's still doing, he's still busting heads. He had 3 assists, those 3 assists to Noni, plus his own goal, which was a great goal. I want to say it was his off foot. I want to say it was right foot, but I can't be sure now. I got to go back and rewatch. But one touch off a quick counterattack, and he was able to see the goalie off his line, chip the goalie, one touch, and it was nothing. So my boys are rocking. What's up, Megan Diamond UK? We here. We're live again, live on YouTube. Come tap in with me if you haven't. My people on TikTok and my people on Instagram. We're growing this community. Just talking a little ball. So yeah, that's Chelsea. Megan Diamond tapping in. She told us she is from Scotland. She supports Celtic. I'm a Chelsea fan. Have been, even though I grew up in the States, grew up in Atlanta, Georgia for a while, and have seen a lot more success in the history of being a fan than these years that we're having. So when I see us kind of getting back to where we should be, it excites me. And honestly, what we really need to be doing is shoring up this defense, figuring out what we got to do in the midfield, and going from there. What's up? I can't even pronounce my boy on YouTube who's tapping in, but he says hi, what's happening? Wooly Hully 20, hi, what's happening? Welcome to Ball Around the World. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe. We do this twice a week. We just talk about what's going on around the world, news. I'm not going to talk too much. I'm a Chelsea fan, so obviously I'm talking about Chelsea right now. Artist, Sagnik, what's happening? Chelsea did their damn thing. Really excited about what's to come. Obviously, we're doing our thing in the Conference League. I want us to get another European trophy this year in the Conference League so we can have the run-of-the-mill. We already have a Europa. We already have a Champions League. But again, the bigger thing is I want to shore up this midfield. I think Caicedo needs somebody who is more defensive-minded and can put in a tackle and distribute. I don't think Enzo fits in the squad as it stands right now. I think it's pretty wild that he's captain after the stuff that happened over the summer. That's neither here nor there, but because, again, the Chelsea players seem to have moved forward from that, and I can appreciate that. But as a fan and just as an image of what the club and the club's values are, John Terry had to go and say his apologies and kind of, build his credibility back up. Enzo, at the very least, needs to perform in the field. But in this system, with 5 in the back, 2 in the midfield, and 4 essentially up top, but 3, 5-2-3 up top in that way. We need to, or I guess we're playing a 4-2-4 in a way, and having our Cole Palmer in the hole floating. He definitely fits that 10 position, which means Noni needs to be on the right. That's what I said at the beginning of the season. And then Kunku can be on the left. Neto can battle for that position as well. We have Joao Felix back in the lineup. He scored a goal this weekend. Like, it was great for everything. Mateo says, hello, I'm a fan. What's happening, bro? I appreciate it. Artist says he plays football. My dog. Ballers here. Renzo on Bali. Hi, greetings from Argentina. Argentina, bro. I'm actually talking about that right now. I'm talking about my Argentinian on Chelsea, Enzo Fernandez, who I don't feel like fits in my squad. Artists tapping in from India. That's what I'm talking about. Ball around the world. All my folks tapping in from around the world. Let me see my people on Instagram just saying what's up. Yeah, so that's what it is for Chelsea. I think we look good. I think we need to shore up some things defensively. And I think our midfield could do with Lavia and Caicedo. And then, honestly, maybe Enzo's got to compete with Cole Palmer and Joao Felix for that number 10 role. Because I don't know, in this system that's working well now, I don't know where Enzo Fernandez fits. So that's just my 2 cents on that. We're going to see as things go forward. Our next game we play is, hold on, more matches. Messing me up. Next game we play is Crystal Palace this weekend on Sunday. So 5:30 a.m., another early game. So hopefully we can keep it going. I'm not quite there. You know, I do watch parties, a game of the week, once a week, every week. Yesterday was the LAFC game, which I'm going to get to in a second. So we're going to figure it out. But I do want to, this is an exciting time to be doing watch parties for Chelsea. So stay tuned. I might slip in a early watch party for Chelsea versus Crystal Palace to see if we can just kind of keep that momentum going. But, again, as a Chelsea fan, very pleased, very excited to see what we have in store. Binsky, what's happening? Turkey number 1. Man, Turkey, the way y'all have been balling, the way y'all's team has been showing out, super excited about Turkey. Super excited about y'all. Y'all balled out. Arda Güler in the band in the Euros. I love it. So I appreciate you tapping in. Make sure my Turkey boys subscribe. Keep tapped in with me. Let me know what's going on in Turkey. Any new news, any stuff like that. I want to talk about it. It's ball around the world. We're talking all around the world about this kind of stuff. So yeah, Chelsea play next week. Again, we might go live for that, doing a live watch party. I will tell you about the live watch party we did this weekend, which was LAFC versus Columbus Crew, the rematch of the MLS Cup. My boys in Turkey, hey, MLS is getting bigger and bigger. And I didn't even follow it. Obviously, I follow the Premier League the most out of all leagues in club football. But the MLS is these 2 teams especially right here, these are the 2 best teams in the MLS. They faced off in this Leagues Cup, which is kind of a North American, I guess North and Central American cup devised between the Mexican League, Liga MX, and MLS. And the MLS teams beat out all the Mexican teams to get to the finals, and it's these 2 teams, LAFC and Columbus Crew. Columbus Crew winning the MLS Cup last year, and then smacking us up at home 5-1 early in this year. So we wanted to get our lick back, and it was a tough game for us. Their game plan is hella suffocating. Yeah, that's all I can say about that. Columbus Crew, they play that high possession, high press style ball. The second they lose possession, they sprint back. It's like that when they work the hardest, they work the hardest on defense. It's kind of like that 2011, 2012 Pep Guardiola Barcelona team. It was very tiki-taka, and the second they lose the ball, they press to get it back, and they rest on offense, which, a great game plan. The French coach, Wilfried Nancy, has this team, Columbus Crew, really clicking, and they did it again this weekend. I think it was a better game than the MLS Cup final. Bob Bradley had our team going. We were still a counterattacking team, but Steve Cherundolo has come in. Again, I'm an LAFC supporter. I'm here in LA. Steve Cherundolo has come down and really got this team working again. Without Carlos Vela, we're bringing in some new big names. We brought in Olivier Giroud, who had immediate impact in his first start. Pizile, what's happening? Peasley, what's up? Man, do I like Ireland? Love Ireland, have never been though. So I would love to learn more so I can like it. Somebody said finally not an Indian. Man, you gotta cool out. Anyway, we're here in LA talking this stuff. Yeah, it was a good game. It was again a better game than the final, but we fell short. Olivier Giroud is adding another part of dynamicism to the LAFC attack. So again, the more we gel, the better we get. We'll probably be able to contend with this team. Again, we're one of the top teams in the league. We're second in the West, but we need something defensively. Though it's very difficult to play against Columbus because not only do they suffocate you with their possession. Then when they get it on offense, they're not just immediately dangerous. They kind of pass it around left to right, back and forth across the box. And what they do the best, even though their players aren't tall or anything, is they play these just like they take their time passing it around the top of our box, and then they swing in these crosses. And players like Cucho Hernandez, who scored an amazing goal against us in this game. It was the first goal. Just good movement in the back of the box, and did his thing. So if anybody's not watching MLS, or if anybody's not watching LAFC and Columbus Crew specifically, these teams are ballers. What's up, Max Rico, my teammate, my Monday League teammate? Bro, I'm still injured. I'm trying to get back already. Like, I keep getting injured. It doesn't make any sense, but we're gonna be back. Yeah. So anybody who's not watching MLS, maybe you should watch MLS. Last thing I'm gonna talk about for today. I'm gonna make this stream short. We doing this twice a week. TikTok, what's happening? My bad. Appreciate you, Cristiano Arc 7 for liking the live. Make sure y'all give me some taps. Give those likes. Hello, sir. Appreciate you tapping in. Last thing I want to talk about is a story. My boy Minquel brought it to my attention. Shout out Minquel. Appreciate you. It is the here. I'm gonna pull it up right now. It's Mainz versus Anwar El Ghazi. That's kind of the topic of the day that I want to talk about. And we're just gonna kind of go through the story as it started. It was back in October when just before Palestine, well, just before Israel kind of launched their attack on Gaza. It was right after the Hamas group had terrorized the people of Israel, and then Israel launched a crazy attack on a lot of innocents. And Dutch footballer with Moroccan roots, Anwar El Ghazi, popped up on social media speaking out against it, and subsequently was suspended by his club, Mainz, in Germany. The forward came on Instagram. Let me see if I can find the actual post to show you guys. But came out and said basically stand for what's right. Let me see. This one is a small one. But yeah, I'll shorten it for you. He basically came out saying that this is not war. This is genocide. What's happening in Gaza, and he stood up on that and stood on that. I think he was posing with a picture with this Palestinian flag that you can see below me. And his club, Mainz, decided to suspend him. When football gets political, it gets very, this kind of stuff is very divisive. And it seemed like Mainz was just trying to get ahead of something and suspend him. And then subsequently, they fired him. They dismissed him from playing from his team. And again, this is just last year, and it took about under a year, which is pretty quickly. He filed a lawsuit, and in the German court, they ruled that No, Mainz owes this man wages. He was unlawfully dismissed on the basis of him speaking out. And he has the ability to exercise free speech. So it seems that the German courts have awarded him. He was owed, I think, 1.7 million euros in wages, and the German court awarded him 1.5 million. And already he has come out saying, El Ghazi's come out and saying that he is pledging 500K of that 1.5 million owed to him to support Palestinians during this time. So again, amazing story. Man is literally standing up for what he believes in at his own risk, at the risk of his own security in a job. The footballer said he's now received a payment of 1.5 million euros relating to his dismissal. He's still owed a further 200K in bonuses from Mainz. Mainz said they've paid his wages already, but are awaiting the outcome of their appeal. They're trying to appeal and get their money back. It's just crazy when business gets political and it turns. But he's standing up for what he believes in. And then he came out with a statement on Friday. The Netherlands star, who's only played a couple of times for Netherlands, and he's actually had an appeal to want to go and play for his home, his rooted country in Morocco, which is interesting. But he came out and said he'd be making a 500K donation to the children in Gaza. Quoted saying, after receiving a substantial payment today from Mainz, I would like to make clear that my legal battle with Mainz has never been for me or about the money. He said in a statement, I would like to take this moment to thank Mainz for two things. Firstly, the substantial payoff, 500K of which will help fund projects for the children in Gaza. But he says, I hope Mainz, despite their repeated failed attempts to avoid making the due payment, take solace from the knowledge that they have, through me, contributed to the children of Gaza. So he's kind of like rubbing it in, like, hey, listen, like, this ain't about me. This ain't about my wages or anything. This is about y'all helping out, even though you guys basically dismissed me from the team. Because he's speaking out in Gaza. And there's a couple of quotes on his Instagram. He says, first and foremost, all praise to the glory of God. I can never thank enough for the countless blessings. Standing for the vulnerable, voiceless, and oppressed in Gaza. My contract with Mainz has now been officially terminated. It's difficult for me to celebrate my legal victory, which is that 1.5 awarded to him, when the apocalyptic assault on the defenseless civilians of children in Gaza continues, as he types this message. So his case in this victory for freedom of speech against the unjustified and illegal actions of Mainz, and attempting to terminate his contract for simply standing up for humanity. So he's really standing on this, almost in a, if I can compare it in an American way, in a Colin Kaepernick-esque vibe. So shout out the boy, Anwar El Ghazi, the Moroccan Dutch winger who's now gone on to Cardiff City. So he's playing in the championship. He got a new job, and he's doing everything he can. So really interesting story. Let me know if y'all know about any other really interesting stories around the world, because I definitely want to highlight them. That's what this platform is about. That's what Going Live is about, as well as talking about my favorite teams and talking about great teams. Other things worth note: the boy Endrick, the Brazilian superstar coming from Palmeiras, scored his first goal for Real Madrid. So again, Real Madrid with yet another star. Obviously, my Turkey folks in the chat. We got Arda Güler, who is also going to be trying to find minutes, but again, it seems like him and Endrick and some others are going to be struggling to find minutes. Probably play with the Castilla team and grow their presence before they turn up, because obviously Mbappe is still firing. You got Vinny Jr. who was balling. You got Rodrigo who's balling. Jude Bellingham out for about a month with plantar fasciitis. I saw a stat, and I think I'm going to look it up real quick because I thought it was wild. I saw a stat that Jude Bellingham, the amount of minutes Jude Bellingham played. Let me see. And maybe I can just go on Transfer Market and look it up, because we can find it pretty easily. Jude for the 23-24 season. played an enormous amount of games, went all the way, went deep in almost every domestic tournament for Spain, won La Liga, then went and won the Champions League. So that's deep into June, or that's into June. Then right after that, took a couple weeks off and joined the England Euro squad, and went all the way to the finals with that. So I mean, he's played the most out of anyone. I'm sure there's a couple Spanish players. I guess Carvajal has played just as much because he's a Madrid teammate. But they played the most out of anyone this past year, and it's kind of crazy. Football, as much as I love watching these games, and these games are always on, it is a little wild that we're starting to see this. I gotta get the number. Let's see. La Liga, 28 games. Champions League, 11 games. Played in the Supercopa, played in the Copa del Rey. That's a total of 42 games right there. And in those 42 games, he had 23 goals and 13 assists. Jude Bellingham is a monster, by the way. Big fan of his. And then in the Euros, hold on. Then in the Euros, he played an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games to get to the final, totaling it out to 49 games, almost 50 games this season, which is just crazy. And the stat I saw was actually the amount of minutes he played, which I can't find a good version to pull that up, but I will. But yeah, I do think it's good that he's getting a rest. It's tough that he's getting a rest based on this injury. But Jude Bellingham has really been playing out there, and he's gonna have a lot to do, and he does a lot of running already. The man's only 20, so his body is ready for it. But I do think soccer players are playing a little bit too much. I've seen a couple things start to circulate around on it, and it's gonna be even crazier in 2 years. The World Cup format has allotted for a lot more games. Obviously, the new Champions League format, which maybe not this week, but maybe next week, we'll break down the whole new Champions League format. It's an eight potted teams, and they play 4 games against other teams. It's a crazy format. So we're gonna break that down. Maybe not this week, but probably next week on Ball Around the World, and figure all that out. That's it for me today. I appreciate y'all who've tapped in. Keep tapping in with me. We just doing like a little update, trying to see what's up. What's up, my folks on TikTok? We all here on YouTube, youtube.com/@eatprayball. Come tap in with me. Scar says, "What's your ethnicity?" I'm black, brother. I'm a black man from the United States of America. Grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, and now live out here in Los Angeles, California. And the reason I think I'm proud to say that, and I think it's important, is because in America specifically, we're not known for being football lovers. And specifically, black Americans are usually playing basketball, football, other sports than soccer, on a like majority scale, right? So it's important for me on this platform to let y'all know I'm 6'4", right? Like when anybody looks at me as an athlete, they do not see a football player. But look, I'm Giroux's height. I got some foot skill. Come tap in with me on the social medias and watch these GoPro videos. That's where I kind of talk about, playing ball. And then, we're going to get back to traveling and doing some more travel vlogging so we can talk more about the experiential fandom of being a footy fan. So, Scar19, I appreciate you tapping in. Definitely hit that subscribe button and stay tapped in, because we're going to be out here, man. We're going to be out here talking ball, watching ball, and playing ball. That's what we do. Eat, pray, ball. It's a ball and lifestyle. I appreciate all of y'all for tapping in. Make sure, if you can, hit those socials, hit those likes, and subscribes, and send me some messages. Tap in with me, because all of this is about community. It's about exposing the world to maybe some undersung stories that you don't see on Sky Sports, you don't see on ESPN and that kind of stuff. I'm just trying to open up the world and culture of football out here. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. I will see you Friday. Friday is the next Ball Around the World. Tap in somewhere between 9 and 10 a.m. Pacific time. I'll be here. And then we got some more games coming up this weekend. We'll holla at you. Let me play my little Ball Around the World theme and get up on out of here. I love it. I love to see my people tapping in on the chat. I appreciate you. Keep coming back. We'll holla at you soon. Peace. Hey. Yeah. Hey. ball around the world, ball around the world, while around the world.